way up in the mountain.
Holding On to the Wind is next.
Mm-hmm.
Composed with Mr. Tony Theophilus Jarvis.
Yeah.
What's the vintage of this one?
It was written a while ago. I recorded it. This is a new recording of it. I think we briefly tried to learn it with the band at some point, and it seemed to be like mood-wise, it didn't quite work, and I was trying to figure out how to make it work. But it was probably 12 years back, 10 years back, something like that. Maybe, yeah, probably 12 years ago. And I had gone out to New York to work on a different project. Tony had gotten pretty good at working with Pro Tools, and so I had wanted to, I've got a project called Bottle of Dream that I've never released, but I worked on a tune that's part of that project with Tony, because we had wanted to do something with his system and to kind of see what we could do with mixing. And during that period, I had just seen Richard Buckner, this is a nice kind of Americana singer-songwriter guy, and was taken with his, he's kind of aggressively oblique. He's kind of like a symbolist or something, you know, like he's writing like what ostensibly sound like country rock, or maybe even just like, you know, country music, early country music, but he's writing these kind of very oblique lyrics that are at times laughably oblique, but interesting, and he gets language kind of really percolating. And so I had just seen him, and I was talking to Tony about that, and Tony, you know, is a marvelous tenor saxophonist and was in my band playing amazing saxophone, but had tendonitis, turned to the guitar, which seems to be a strange way to go to cure tendonitis. But had written these beautiful songs for guitar and had gotten very into the idea of singer-songwriter world. He loved John Hyatt. And so we came from that kind of school, and we were goofing around playing something, and we sat and played, and he and I came up with this very uncharacteristic tune for either of us, I think, that I loved, but I never quite found the spot for where it should come out. Or, I mean, it certainly is out of respect for the band. I mean, it's got those kind of elements that, you know, I hope it has those kind of elements, but it certainly comes out of my respect for that kind of music.
And there's some lyrics that might alert the PMRC on there.
Can't remember.
If taken the wrong way, to think that she'd swallow everything that I gave.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. In the power ballad context, you know, becomes
yes.
something to be concerned about.
More the matter of having her snowed.
Okay.
But I certainly wouldn't deny that there's that is there.
Oh, sorry. You're not the Sex. I'm not the Sex Pistols, and you're not Bill Grundy. Is that analog reverb we hear on the guitar and the solo?
I'm not. I can't quite remember. We did that at Mike's. I did a treatment at Mark Greenberg's, and we did a thing where I think I played some kind of bass, and we did a reverse on it, a reverse reverb on it, and then I decided that it wasn't quite the effect I was looking for. I wanted to do something that played with space. So I think we used, I don't remember what reverb we used on it, but it was an idea of trying to open that. I mean, it's just a very strange intimacy with the resonator guitar, and something happened with the vocal with the resonator that Mike really appreciated and that I liked it, but I wanted to try and then suddenly suggest that it's in a much larger space, and so that was kind of the idea there.
Sure. I can imagine it may have sounded drastic while making it, but it sounds perfectly natural when hearing it. It sounds like, after you hear it a few times, you think, oh, is there a guitar dropping out there? What's happening? And then you realize this is perfect.